December 1944. The Ardennes forest, Belgium. Snow fell thick and silent, burying the dead and the living alike. 22-year-old Lieutenant Samuel "Sam" Whitaker from Ohio led what was left of his rifle platoon through frozen pines. They'd been cut off since the German offensive began 6 days earlier. No food, no ammo resupply, no hope of quick relief. Sam's fingers were numb inside his gloves. His breath froze on his scarf. The men moved like ghosts, hollow-eyed, frostbitten, but still following orders. They found temporary shelter in the ruins of a small stone chapel. Broken stained glass crunched under boots. A cracked statue of the Virgin watched over them. The platoon medic, Corporal Luis Rivera from New Mexico, crawled in last, carrying a small canvas sack. "Mail," he said, voice hoarse. "Last drop before the lines closed. Figured we'd share it. Most envelopes were wet or torn." Sam found one addressed to him in his wife Clara's neat cursive. A Christmas card read sleigh, gold bells, the works. He opened it inside his coat to shield the paper from wind. "Dearest Sam, it's Christmas Eve here in Ohio. Snow on the ground, just like the cards. The tree is up small this year, but twinkling. I hung your ornament, the little silver star you gave me our first year married. I keep thinking of last Christmas us in the kitchen, you pretending you could cook ham, burning the edges anyway. We laughed until we cried. I miss that laugh. The baby is due any day now. The doctor says it's a boy. I've already named him Samuel James after you and your dad. He kicks like he's marching already. I know you're somewhere cold and terrible. I pray every night the war ends soon so you can hold him. So we can sit by a fire and tell him stories about how brave his daddy was. Don't forget, you promised me a white Christmas when you come home. I'm holding you to it. All my love, forever and a day, Clara and little Sam, waiting to meet you." Sam stared at the words until they blurred. He could almost smell the pine needles, taste the burnt ham. Luis watched him quietly. "Read the part about the baby again," Luis said. "I like hearing about babies." Sam did. The men around the chapel listened without speaking. For a few minutes, the war stayed outside. Dawn brought German armor rumbling closer. They had to move or die pinned. Sam folded the card, tucked it next to his heart under layers of wool and web gear. The next 3 days were hell ambushes, frostbite evacuations, running fights through snowdrifts. Sam lost half his platoon, took a bullet through the shoulder that burned like ice. But on December 26th, Patton's tanks broke through. The siege lifted. Sam was medevaced to a field hospital, then shipped stateside. The wound healed slowly. The memories didn't. In March 1945, he stood in the doorway of their small house in Dayton. Clara held a bundled infant Samuel James Whitaker, 3 weeks old. Sam dropped his duffel, walked to them on shaking legs. Clara placed the baby in his arms. "He's got your eyes," she whispered. Sam looked down at the tiny face, then up at the Christmas tree, still standing in the corner, lights off, but the silver star ornament catching the afternoon sun. "I made it home for that white Christmas," he said, voice thick. Clara smiled through tears. "A little late. But you're here." Years later, every Christmas Eve, Sam would pull out the faded card, read it to his son by the fireplace. Little Sam, now grown, with kids of his own, would listen and read it to his children. The card never said much about war. It only talked about home, and that was enough to keep a man walking through snow and bullets until he could finally hold what waited on the other side.